I'm so glad to be back. Welcome to the Office 365 Pulse, where we give you the updates of what's going on in the SharePoint roadmap. So we have what's in development, which means they're behind the scenes making it happen. We have rolling out, which means it started rolling out to a tenant near you. And then we have launched, meaning it should have finished all of the rollouts of where it's at. And then we have canceled. That means they've taken it off the roadmap and or cleaned it up. So shall we dive in? And Tamara, why don't you get us? What is your favorite in development this month? Well, this month, this
two
week.
favorites in development this week. One is SharePoint Microsoft Lists User Experience Interface Update. So this update improves the overall performance of Microsoft Lists and introduces new features like the ability to add ratings to any list. I'm like, didn't we used to have that?
Back in the olden days.
Yeah, back when we walked to school uphill both ways. But this one really got me. Drag and or paste images directly into a list. I am thoroughly excited about that. See who's collaborating with you and where in real time and switch views by clicking tabs.
So
instead
exciting.
Of going to
tabs,
the drop down.
Tabs. Do you guys remember back in the day where we used to use that as an excuse of why we needed to customize a list with InfoPath? Because you could do tabs in InfoPath. I just feel like it was a moment of just joy when they announced that one. It was great.
Yeah. That's brilliant. And then the other one I was really excited about was Microsoft Teams work hours and locations.
Julie got that today.
Did she? I don't have it yet. I also don't have pronouns yet either. And that's supposed to have rolled out. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if pronouns are rolling out automatically on or automatically off.
I think
it's rolling out off.
Off.
Yeah. So they may just not have been turned on in our tenant or not. I actually haven't checked on that.
Okay.
So I don't know. But I thought pronouns were rolling off and people could opt to get them on.
Yeah. So with this work hours and locations, you can set your work location for the day so your team can learn about your availability for in-office and remote collaboration. And then click on the user's avatar or profile photo anywhere in Teams and get an overview of their online status. Next available calendar slot in Outlook. So excited.
Work that hours counts on people using that though.
Well, there is that, but hey.
Yeah, some people just ignore it, but that's coming out for everybody, and that's supposed to be out by the end of May.
The thing I like about that,
considering it's still in development, it makes me a little nervous that may be pushed.
The thing that I like about that one is that, if you sit there and say, okay, since I work hybrid, I'm going to be in the office Monday and Friday, and I'll be working remote Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Yeah, if you're invited to a meeting that expects you to be on site for the meeting, when you look at available times when you're putting the meeting together, it will take that into account.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it won't say, well, you can invite this person on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It's like, no, the next available time either is going to be on Monday or it's going to be on Friday.
That's really cool.
I like how they're doing that.
Well, cool. Well,
I work 1,800 miles away from my company, so it doesn't matter. Everything is remote for me.
Everything's remote. Tom, why don't you go ahead and tell us what you'd like?
Sure. I'm going to go back to my tried and true, this is my life as much as it is, and that is the 2 stream items on here. One is organize and share videos and audio files with a playlist template from Microsoft Lists. So, and the other one is playlists in the SharePoint list web part. So the whole concept of playlists is really kind of awesome because it enables you to either on a personal basis go in and say, hey, here are 10 different videos that I want to watch. And I'm going to make a playlist so I don't have to worry about bookmarking them and remembering to go back or leave 10 tabs open, all those good things. I can say, hey, here's my playlist. I can order them how I want to. It'll mark, hey, you're done with it. This is awesome. And they're also making that available to where it will show in a SharePoint list web part too. So if you've got a site that has videos on it, you can also have a playlist associated with that site to say, hey, we've got 10 videos in here. Here's a playlist of the ones you should watch and in what order you should watch them in. And it's going to display really nicely. I know that I gripe about the whole stream migration because it's going to be really painful. And when they first talked about, Stream Classic and, oh, stream on SharePoint and OneDrive, isn't this awesome? I'm like, feature parity pretty much sucks right now in terms of what they've got on the new one versus what they had before. To be fair, Microsoft is coming out with a lot of enhancements to stream on SharePoint and OneDrive, which makes it really close to feature parity, and in some cases is actually better on the SharePoint side now. So it may be painful to get to that point. However, I think it's going to be good in the long run. It's
great.
Going to age in the long run to get there. So I'll go with those, and I'll go ahead and let Jennifer.
I am surprised that Tamara did not mention this one. This is for DoD and GCC High, and it's in Outlook, and it's the availability of Microsoft To Do. So Microsoft To Do becomes your task manager inside of the Outlook web app and inside of Outlook. And so that's a big one. I think it'll get more people using To Do if they were traditionally using tasks inside of Outlook. So I thought that one was pretty cool. And then beyond that, there's answer analytics. So people are able to, this is for search. So search answer analytics. So Microsoft Search Answer Analytics provides insights into how editorial content like bookmarks, acronyms, and QA are actually performing inside the organization. So it is all that work you're doing to customize your search experience, actually providing value. So I like that one. I think that's a good thing. And I think as we get to the rollout of Copilot and AI, it's only going to get crazier. So I love all that stuff. Anything else in this section that you guys want to highlight?
There's one more I'll throw out and then we can move on.
Okay,
Microsoft
awesome.
Teams compact chat list. When I first looked at this, it's like, we've already got compact in chat. No, this is the chat list. So when you're looking down, if you're in chat on the left side navigation, you've got the whole list of people you've either pinned the chats to or your recent chats. Normally it's the person's name and then like the first line or two of the message from the last thing that you had. Well, the new chat density setting will eliminate that particular message preview, which means that instead of each chat entry taking, say, 3 lines, it will take 1. Here's the person's name. It's just gone boom, 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 which, being that I've got some upcoming things where I will be working in hotel rooms on a small laptop, this is really going to be awesome because I will have more real estate for things that matter in terms of, hey, I need to get to this person's chat instead of having to scroll a whole lot up and down just to get through messages that I have no concern about because I've already dealt with them, days ago, weeks ago. So looking forward to that one when it comes out, and everybody is getting that one. Yay.
I love it. I love it. Well, cool. Okay, well, moving on to rolling out. This is one that I really like because as much as they want me to leave Outlook and only use Teams, I'm not there because most of my people I work with are not there. So I do spend a good time in both. But Outlook integration with other Microsoft 365 apps is rolling out. And this makes me happy because it's going to let you quickly access To Do, Org Explorer, Yammer communities, bookings, all of those types of things directly inside of Microsoft 365. So that one makes me happy.
Yay.
Right. The one that makes me happy is Microsoft Teams creating offline meetings in Teams. This way, when you're setting personal appointments, lunch breaks, and other things, you can toggle off the online meeting component. So this offline event will not have the chat thread or other Teams online meeting artifacts. And this is supposed to be in your environment by the end of May. I haven't seen it, but it's coming out to everybody. Has anybody seen this yet?
I normally don't set up meetings in the Teams calendar.
No, I don't either.
That's going to be a little odd, but yes, I like the idea of being able to say, this is just an appointment. And if I want to live in Teams calendar, I can do that now. So that's a good thing. I have one that I will mention. It doesn't affect me directly because I don't play in this particular world, but I can see where others might like it. And that is Microsoft Teams change call queue and auto attendant greetings and announcements by authorized users. To date,
Oh.
this is something where you have to have somebody who is a Teams admin go in, make those changes the whole bit. And if that's something that happens every 3 to 6 months, it's not a big deal. But you may be in environments where they're wanting to make changes like every other day, and the poor IT Teams admins like, so they're now giving the ability to say, hey, you apparently know what you're doing. I think you're trainable. I'm going to go ahead and let you make your changes to the call queue, and you can leave us out of the loop on this one. So I think that's going to be really helpful to allow those changes to be made more quickly and to be made more by the people who are actually boots on the ground right there, and they need to change right away without you having to go to a queue and the whole bit. So I think that'll be a good one.
This one I find interesting because I think it shows the sign of the times and where things are going to be going. But Microsoft Defender for Office 365 end user reporting for suspicious messages in Microsoft Teams. So just like they can say to an email message, this is suspicious. If you get a suspicious Teams message or one that seems out of the ordinary, then you can, point that out and get it protected. So I think that's just an interesting sign of where we're at with things. But it's good to get users to do that. I actually like it when users do that. We had one internal that we were getting messages, and between the sales team and I, we thought it was suspicious email, so we kept putting it in, and turns out it wasn't. It was actually the help desk trying to tell her to do something. So it was comical. But yeah, so I think that's an interesting one that's rolling out now, and that is just for the worldwide tenant. Cool. Anything else, y'all, in rolling out?
Nope, rolling out was short. Launched is even shorter.
Launched is shorter. Who wants to take launched?
I'll take launched.
Perfect.
So I will admit, when I read this one, I misread it. It's actually Microsoft Viva automatic topic relationships available in GCC. I will admit, I read that as automatic toxics relationship in GCC. I'm like, yeah, whatever works for you. I'm good with that. But this is basically, when read correctly, the ability for AI to suggest relationships between topics, and it will be available for customers in our government cloud. These suggested related topics appear on the topic card, pages, and answers. So if you're using Viva for those kind of things, this is going to now be available if you're in the government cloud, because it's been available for standard worldwide customers for some time.
Awesome. Well, if there's nothing else there, which I don't think there is,
not really,
then we have two canceled ones, and these have to do with integrations of Microsoft apps with other apps. And so Whiteboard was going to let you import ADO and Jira work items. However, that is being postponed. Initially, though, it was just supposed to be for school accounts and work accounts. So I just don't think it was fully baked. So that one is getting canceled for now, or indefinitely postponed. And then Viva Goals workplace integration, so that you could get check-in reminders and OKRs from workplace. So another integration thing that is also being postponed indefinitely. So those two are on our canceled list.
Now, I do have a question. The first one was indefinitely postponed. The second one is postponed indefinitely. I'm guessing that's one and the same.
Very much so. Very much so. The joy we get from reading these. Oh man. Well, those are our updates for this week. So thank you guys for joining us, and we will be back next week with more. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.